Hi friends, it's Bonnie from A Bonnie Lass. I'm so excited to share with you today what I'm packing for my Run Disney race weekend coming up. So I've done a couple of these weekends before. Actually, I've done 4, and every time I've gone, I've learned something new. So today's list is tested, tried, and true of things I've learned in my experience with Run Disney and what you should bring when you have your Run Disney weekend. Okay, I have everything laid out here. Let's go over some race day basics first. So, of course, you want to make sure you have your broken in running shoes. Don't wear a brand new pair of shoes for your first race. And then some running socks, not cotton. Those tend to cause blisters. Make sure you get some kind of specific running sock. You want your race day costume. If you like Run Disney, you generally wear some type of costume along with the theme. This year, the half marathon is Lady and the Tramp. I didn't come up with anything for that. So I thought I'd wear my Scarlet Witch costume that I had from a previous race that I didn't wear. So it's brand new. So I have my Scarlet Witch top here. This is from Crowned Athletics. And then, of course, a comfortable sports bra. And then I'm going to bring both the running skirt here that matches. And then there's also the running pants. So depending on the weather that morning, I'll decide which one to wear. Now, I haven't worn these yet. I do have some races coming up next weekend and some practice runs that I will wear before race day. Again, you don't want to wear something brand new race day without knowing how it fits your body and how you perform in it. So I'm going to break these in before race day, and if not, I'll wear something different. And of course, I have my Scarlet Witch mini ears to wear if I choose. Also on race day, you want to make sure you have your fuel. I have these Cliff Block Energy Chews. So this is what I fuel with during the race. Disney does provide, like, I think they're beans or something, some point of the half marathon, but I like to bring my own shoes, and I take these about every 30 to 45 minutes, depending on how I'm feeling. Also, you're going to want some kind of eye protective wear. It depends on which race you're running and which corral you're in. If you're in Corral A and you're a fast runner, you may not have to worry about sun. Me in the back, I'm going to be one of the last people to start, and I will see plenty of sunshine while during the race. So I'm going to have some kind of sunglasses. These are gooder, or I also like to race in visors. I don't have one that matches my Scarlet Witch. I'm going to check out the Expo and see if I can find one while I'm there. But these are some that I bought before at the Expo, and they work really well during the race to keep the sun out of your eyes. Unicorn snot. So a lot of racers, especially for Run Disney, wear glitter on their face. So this is a glitter thing that I wore, a bio glitter gel for your face and body if you choose to wear any type of glitter as well. However, underneath that, you're going to need some sunblock. When you're in those corrals at 3 a.m., 4 a.m., the sun is not up yet. However, later on, you're going to be in that Florida sun. Make sure you have some sunblock with you, or at least put it on before you leave your hotel room. During the race, I like to carry my own water. I do have it full, and it just makes me feel better knowing I have water whenever I need it, rather than stopping at the water stations, which I do as well. So I like to have my water bottle. It's really convenient. I just hold it like this, and then my gel shoes go right inside here, or anything that I need to carry for the race is right there. Also, if you like to carry your phone or anything else, this flip belt is really handy to have. It's black. It will match my costume. So if I want to bring anything else with me, I can do that if it doesn't fit in my water bottle. So this is really handy to have. I like to use the magnets for my bibs because I usually spend quite a bit of money on what I'm wearing for my costume. I want to make sure I'm able to wear it multiple times. So I use these magnets and not the safety pins that Disney provides. I got these from Crowned because I was ordering the outfit and I just threw them in the basket as well. I have a couple of sets because sometimes they, the backs kind of slide down into your pants. Make sure you have your Mickey band and your charger. Why would I have this during a race? Well, unless you're checking your gear at the Run Disney event, you're gonna need to get back into your hotel room. So someone in your party needs to be wearing their Mickey band or have it checked in the gear check or where you can get into your room because you need to get into your room. And then also, if you're staying at an Epcot resort and you finish after Epcot is open, you can tap and go into the park with your park pass. Make sure you make a reservation if you're DVC. And then you can walk through Epcot to get back to your hotel. So that's either way. You can take the buses from the at the finish line, or you can walk back through Epcot. But you can't unless you have your Mickey band. I also make sure I have my Body Glide and make sure I put that on plenty. I don't skimp when it comes to adding this, just in case. I add it under my arms, I add it in between my toes, I add it under my bra straps all around, and then sometimes, you know, in between the cheeks, if you know what I mean, because when you get sweaty, it gets irritated and it just makes it miserable. So make sure you have your Glide on. I keep my Carmex in my bag for my dry lips as I'm running. Guys, you might want to consider some nip guards. Again, make sure all your clothes are race broken in. Just in case, you might want to have a pair of these handy to be able to pop on if you need to, because this gets very painful if you don't have that. I do have shocks, so I wear those during the race. I like to listen to my Run Disney playlist as I'm running through the parks. And so these were game changers when I got them because they sit outside your ear rather than plugging up your ear to where you can't hear people around you. So I keep the volume down enough where I can hear my music, but I can hear people moving around me in case someone falls, which did happen on the 10K last year. Luckily, I was paying attention, but these are really handy to have in your music during your race. I always bring a sleep mask and earplugs. I do this because we usually stay at Boardwalk and we usually get a Boardwalk view. If you've never been to Boardwalk has an exciting nightlife out there on the Boardwalk. There's games, there's bars. It gets a little loud. So when you're getting ready for your race and you have to get up at 3 in the morning, you got to go to bed pretty early. So you want to make sure you get that good quality sleep, not have to worry about the sun or the sound from your hotel. I also bring my electrolytes. This is the brand I use, Ultima. I have the lemonade and the Mock-Teeny variety pack. I use these daily when I'm at home. And then these are my travel packs. I'll put some in my water the morning of the race. I'll put some in my bottle for the race. And then I drink these every day. So to keep your electrolytes up when you're running and sweating in that Florida sun. I also have some Himalayan salt chew candies. These I eat often just to make sure my electrolytes are up with that. And then during the park day, I'll add these as well. I like to have a first aid kit. Got some tissues as well. I don't carry this on the race because there are medical stations throughout the race route, but I do have in case afterwards I need to give myself some attention. I have my own little kit ready to go. Also, don't forget about your running device. I have a Garmin 265S that I use to track my mileage, my intervals, my heart rate, etc. Also, don't forget the charger. I just have various poofs to put these things in to pack in the suitcase. If you do want a throwaway jacket or blanket to have in the corrals, but chunk it once you get on the race, you can bring that. Run Disney does donate all of those clothing items to charities around the Orlando area. And then I have this reusable water bottle. I would not take this to the race. However, I would have this in my bag when I'm at the expo, or even just to have when I go into the parks after the race. There are lots of water filling stations in the area, and this just makes it really easy to stay hydrated while I'm still in the parks. I've also got this BioFreeze overnight gel, so just in case I have any muscle pain or anything I need to address, I'll have this in my hotel room waiting for me when I get back. I also bring post-run protein powder, and I have it scooped out for me so I can just dump it into my water bottle and mix it with water and have my protein after the race. Another tip is to bring some kind of bag to put those runny, smelly clothes in. This year, Bill and I are staying in a studio, so we don't have access to a washer dryer in the room. So if you're 1 bedroom or higher for DVC, you have a washer dryer in your room, which has been amazing in years past because I've just washed our running clothes that day. So I don't have that option this time, or if you're staying in a hotel room, you don't have that option. So make sure you have some kind of bag to put those runny, stinky, smelly clothes in so that it's separate from the rest of your clothing. Don't forget, if you are part of the Wine and Dine half marathon, you have automatic entry into the post-race party. Don't forget your tickets. They were mailed separately to you and you have to have them. Other race tips. If you are flying to Florida for your race and you're checking your bag, I highly recommend you place all your must-haves for race day in a carry-on. If the airline loses your luggage, I don't want that to ruin your race day. All right, another tip. Race day morning, set 2 alarms, and I'm not kidding. One on your phone, one on the alarm clock, the old school one that's in the hotel room, or another phone. You don't want to sleep through your race. I was reading through the runDisney family on Facebook and saw that someone in Disneyland missed his race because his alarm didn't go off. That would make me very sad. So make sure you have at least 2 alarms set for race morning, because when it goes off, it's going to be really early. If you've never been to the expo, it's quite an event. There's 3 buildings to go through to experience it all. So the first building, you'll need your ID and your waiver. Make sure you've logged into your runDisney account and filled out the waiver that is provided for you. If not, it's not the end of the world. You can sign it right there. Building 1, you get your bib. Then you go on to the second building where it is more of like the vendors that are there for the expo. This is the fun part. You get to weave in and out of all these little shops and vendors. Corksicle has been there in the past because they've been a sponsor. Lots of running clothes. So there's a lot of different little things to walk in and out of and to see. At the back of that building is where you turn in your ticket, which comes off your bib, for your race shirt. So this is the Disney Princess Half Marathon from not last year, but the year before. Last year's was Sleeping Beauty, so this was Tiana. I got 1 race shirt because I signed up for 1 race. Last year, I got a 10K race shirt and a half marathon race shirt because I had both. And then I got a challenge, I think. And they give you this clear plastic awkward bag that you can put everything in. I recommend bringing a different bag, something that's easier to carry, something with real handles, because that string kind of irritates your hand because you're shopping, you're looking, you're talking and chatting people up. It's just hard to hang on to. So I either bring a park bag and put all my stuff in my backpack, or I carry a different soft bag that's easy to maneuver. And then the third building is all the runDisney merch, specifically runDisney. And there is a huge place to walk around and look. It's really interesting in that building because they have they have annual pass holder section, they have the 5K section, 10, half, whatever, like marathon week, they'll have the marathon stuff there as well. So it just depends on what you're looking for. You can purchase any of it as long as you have and can prove your annual pass holder to get the annual pass merch, but all of it is still there. Typically, a lot of it sells out day 1 and day 2, so it depends on when you're able to get there and pick up your bib. You'll need to get there and pick up your bib at least the day before your race. So our race is Sunday for the half marathon. We don't get in until Friday. So Saturday, we're going to spend some time in the expo just exploring. There's a lot to see. There's food and drink there as well if you need a little snack or keep hydrated with some water. If you're interested in booking a Disney World vacation or Disneyland, I have lots of experience planning trips and would love to help you at no additional cost to you. Feel free to click the link below or hit me up on Facebook or Instagram. All right, that's what I have for my Run Disney event packing list, which I will link below for you. I will be doing another video on what I'm going to be wearing in the parks post-race. And so I'll link that below once I get that video recorded and uploaded. If this video helped you get ready for your Run Disney weekend, please like and subscribe for more Disney running and travel videos. Drop a comment below on your favorite Run Disney race or your favorite packing tip. I'd love to hear from you. Happy running, everyone.